Hey, this is Matt. Welcome back to the channel, guys, where I'm gonna be sharing with you some pretty cool secrets behind Calvin Harris' mind-boggling appearance transformation and all the steps that he has done to come from this like dorky look, dorky DJ to like a player, model, you name it. So there were so many things that he has done over the years that made his appearance much better, from fixing his teeth, fixing his facial hair grooming game, started working out, improving his style game, skincare, and lastly also hair, different hairstyles and haircuts which are much better for him right now. And talking about hair, this video has been brought to you by GoFiber, which are hair building fibers you can use to mask any thinning, any patchy areas on your scalp. So make sure you check out the link in the description below and visit GoFiber, get a free sample of your choice from them and try them out, see if you like them. So if we take a look how Calvin Harris' teeth used to look like before he has fixed all the issues in them, we can see that they look much more crooked, they look stained, and they are far from the Hollywood smile that he has right now. Obviously, we see that the teeth are not whitened, but more importantly, we see that in his upper teeth, we see that the tooth number 2 especially is crooked, and the tooth number 3 also has this spear-like shape. These upper teeth are not symmetrical, as they are right now after he has fixed all the issues. And we also see like gaps in between his lower teeth, which again are not that symmetrical and slightly crooked, but more obviously we see that there are the gaps between the lower teeth, which I think he has fixed as well. But in his after photos, he's smiling and only just showing his upper teeth. So it's actually very hard to find a good after photo with his lower teeth. But I think he has fixed that issue as well. What he has done, likely, I was thinking about like retainers, like, Invisalign, the invisible braces that you put on like for at least a year or year and something, and it will pretty much align your teeth. But something else, which also may be the case with him, would be veneers. Veneers is another dental procedure where they pretty much shave off a portion of your tooth which is problematic, which is crooked, and they will pretty much, after they shaved it off, they will put on it like a fake tooth or fake shield, which is made of either like porcelain or zirconium. These are called like porcelain veneers, and it's instant change. They will pretty much look amazing. They will not like stain. They will not like get like yellow. They will preserve their color. Even if you're drinking a lot of wine, coffee, they will not lose that nice white shade. And you can pick which shade you want. It can be snow white shade, it can be a little bit more natural looking shade, and so on. So I'm not sure whether this guy has done veneers, or it's just him wearing like retainer, maybe a retainer from the inside of the teeth, so it was not that obvious from the outside. Maybe there are some dentists also watching this channel, so maybe you can let us know in the comments below what you think from your expertise. But again, I'm kind of undecided, was it veneers, retainer, one or the other. On top of that, obviously he has whitened the teeth, so it looks much more flashy and much more like this Hollywood smile. Okay, so teeth, very well done, Calvin, very good job, looks much better. Now, the second thing that Calvin Harris has done, which made him look much better, was actually that he stopped dyeing his hair dark and just ditched the dye for good and started cutting his hair in a better way, in a more suitable way for his head shape, which is this like more like oblong head shape. And it's not really ideal if you just have this indie hairstyle for his type of head shape. It just didn't look the best, in my opinion. It made him look like a boy, like this teenage boy. He kind of switched from like looking like this, started cutting his hair much shorter on the sides especially, which made him look more like a, more manly, more masculine overall. And also this hair color, like ditching that hair color, actually made his And also ditching this hair dye made his eyebrows and some facial features like facial hair to stand out much more, because the color of his eyebrows and beard is more like light brown or medium brown. It's not so dark. So when he was having this very dark looking hair, long hair, it overpowered these the color of his eyebrows and facial hair, and it didn't make them stand out that much. It all matches, it all blends nicely together. It doesn't create this weird contrast between the very dark looking hair and very light looking eyebrows and pale skin, as you were able to see before, and it just makes it look that much better. I think he also kind of decreased the contrast between his skin tone and his hair, or maybe he's just enjoying sunshine more. Maybe he goes out when the sun shines and gets some tan regularly. Maybe that's the reason, but nonetheless it just looks that much better. It also makes his skin, or maybe the pores in the skin that he used to have before, less visible, because I also notice it on myself whenever I go out during summer and I get some nice tan. Usually my skin appears to be cleaner and purer, not necessarily because I will be using some additional care or some creams. Obviously I use some UV protection, but just because the skin, the pigmentation is darker, it just makes potential inflammation or pores in the skin less visible, or some pimples less visible. So I think that's also the reason why his skin also looks better, which is another very important thing that he has probably improved, not only with the tanning, but also I think with less partying, drinking less alcohol like Red Bull and vodka during his performances, and sleeping more maybe. The whole grooming aspect about Calvin Harris, I would say there were two main things that helped. Number one would be the change in hairstyle, which made him look more like mature, more manly, and also when he dressed like very classy and like very elegant, this type of haircut is much more conducive towards making this look great compared to having indie hair. His facial hair got thicker, he was able to grow his beard better, especially on his cheeks. It used to look more patchy, but with the years, I think as he was approaching his late 20s, it started to develop and thicken much better. I don't think he has done beard transplant. It just naturally developed over the years, and together with ditching the hair dye and having this very shorter buzz cut, or maybe the buzzed sides and longer hair on top, it really created probably one of the best things he could have done for his grooming. Really, I can't imagine any better, maybe any more suitable haircut for him right now than this. It just really looks good on this guy. As far as achieving this aesthetic body, I think he has done a really good job as well. If we take a look, and he didn't start working out until like his late 20s, by the way, which is surprising to me. He just probably didn't think it was that important back then. And I think this is the best physique to kind of shoot for if you want to like maximize like the attention from women. This is usually the type of physique that they like. Not more nor not less. This would be like the golden standard from what I have experienced so far. And also you get a lot of compliments overall. This physique is like pretty achievable naturally, and he was actually probably working pretty hard for the last 2-3 years to achieve this physique, because if you take a look at this interview from 2012, we still see his arms being pretty slim. So it suggests that he probably started working out somewhere around 2012, and in 2015 he was already like pretty much photo shoot ready. And we can see that, considering his pretty tall build, he's like 6'5" almost, like 197 centimeters, almost 2 meters, right? It's very surprising to me how genetically gifted he is actually. Obviously, he couldn't like compete in like open bodybuilding or like classic physique, but he has this nice athletic build nonetheless, and also pretty good arm genetics and six-pack genetics is really good too, in my opinion. And I think this is achievable naturally 100%, and it really looks good. If you're somebody who wants to maximize your genetic potential and come as close as possible to what your body is able to achieve naturally, then make sure that you start working out and you start taking that shit seriously, because it can really help you out in many things. It can help you out with women, it can help you out, you know, look better no matter what clothes you wear. You know, it doesn't have to be branded clothing, it just has to be fitting clothing, and you're gonna be looking much better in that clothing compared to a guy who is not working out but he's wearing some pretty expensive high-end brand. You know, that's pretty much important. So if you are interested in bringing your physique to the next level, you want to find out how to effectively reach your genetic potential, make sure you check out also my fitness community, private fitness community on Facebook, which I decided to create for a limited number of individuals that I wanted to support throughout their journey towards reaching their aesthetic physique, ideal physique, maybe something like Calvin had, maybe something more, maybe something less, I don't know, depends on your goals, your preferences, okay? So make sure you check out the fitness group. There is a link in the description below. The way he used to dress, it was like the clothing was not fitting at all. It was very loose. It was so colorful sometimes. It was piercing my eyes. Like you can see here some hoodies and shirts that he was wearing. I mean, it was nothing special. I mean, it was nothing that you would like remember that is like, wow, it's a cool thing. I would like to wear it too. It's more like, wow, what is that? You know, it just, you know, it draws the attention, but it's not like something that you would want to wear probably. But what happened as a result of maybe him cooperating with some high-end brands like Armani and modeling for some brands, I think this guy kind of started to pick up this more like elegant vibe, or more like luxury high-end brand type of vibe, and he started to dress differently. He used to wear suits which were like oversized, and it didn't look very good on him, and now the suits are not only just well tailored, it's just fitting much better, but also the color combinations in his clothing are not that crazy anymore. You can see that, I think it was like since 2010 or 2011, this guy starts to wearing just very simple color combination, like two colors at most in his clothing: gray and black, black and black, black and white, gray and black, just very subtle. It's really interesting to see how he went from this guy who had no sense for fashion whatsoever prior to his, like, I don't know, like maybe cooperation with these brands, to like this guy who is like super aware of what he's probably choosing to wear for any particular occasion. So I think this is a great example all of us guys can, you know, learn from, and I think it's pretty cool. Let me know, you guys, what you think about this video, and I hope you enjoyed that. For all of you new guys who never watch any videos on my channel, and this is the first one you are watching, this is a hair loss and hair transplant related channel, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out my two Facebook communities. One is for hair transplant, it's called Hair Loss, Hair Transplant Experiences, with over 2,100 members in it, where you can exchange the experience with other guys who are researching hair transplant clinics, who went to this and this clinic and maybe now are like providing a report, share it in the group, pretty valuable, it's for free obviously. And the other community is called FITNESSTALK, for all the guys who are really interested in bringing your physique to the next level and, you know, maximize your looks on the body potential. So that was it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna be here soon.